Hi everyone, this week is Parshas Naso, the longest parsha. It's also my bar mitzvah parsha. And the parsha begins, Nosei et Rosh b'nei Gershon. Take account, a census of the family of Gershon. There were 3 Levite families. Kahat, that we counted them at the end of the previous parsha. Our parsha now begins with the Gershon, and then Merari. Now, the Bnei Kahat, the family of Kahat, carried the shiny things, the gold, the big, fancy, shiny utensils, the Oron, the Mizbeach, the menorah. Gershon carried the poles, they carried the curtains, they carried a lot of the coverings. And then finally, Merari, they would carry like all the pins and I guess the things that would keep the Mishkan together. Rabbi Sachs points out the phrase Nosei et Rosh also means to lift up their heads. What does it mean to lift up their heads? To make them feel good. That even though you're not maybe carrying the most important part of the Mishkan, your job is still just as important, because we cannot put the Mishkan together without the curtains and without the poles, etc. And Rabbi Sachs goes on to say, this is a lesson for us to point out that it's not important that we should feel good about ourselves as much as it is to make others feel good about themselves. I'll give you 2 examples. One, there's an elderly gentleman who walks his mother down my block. They have broken English, but I've always waved, I've said hello, I give a smile, and I'm always impressed that this man is walking his even more elderly mother. He's got a folding chair on his arm, and I always say hello. And today was a beautiful day, and I see them coming down the block, so I go towards them, and I give them a big smile. And the mother, for the first time in her broken English, said hello with a smile. And the first time I noticed, she actually was wearing a chai, a chain around her neck. I didn't know they were even Jewish, but they always appreciated the fact that I always come over and say hello. The second thing is often when I'm at checking out a store and I'm at the counter, I often say to the person behind the counter, thanks for being here. And they kind of laugh like it's kind of my job, and they start to process it. And I just look at them and smile. I go, look, if you weren't here, who's checking me out? And so it's about, then they put on a smile. And I think that's an important idea, and these small little gestures of making people feel good and positive about themselves. That's Naso et Rosh. It's lifting the heads of others. Anyway, if you like what you hear, please pass it on. Shabbat Shalom.